Hello, everyone. You are welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna Musafina, and we are still on the journey of exceptional children. We started with other learning difficulties and challenges, and just last episode we spoke about ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, and I started with a bit of an introduction, and we are looking at the three main core areas when we talk about ADHD. And so I started with inattention, and today we are going to be talking about hyperactivity.
And so, what is hyperactivity? Usually, when we talk about hyperactivity, okay, it is not just related to being active. Now, most children are expected to explore, to be full of energy. But when we talk about hyperactivity in relation to ADHD, it is more of you notice that this child is a bit more restless. They behave in ways that are usually out of context, and usually you notice that it affects the child focusing and also affects the people around them. Now let's talk about some signs to look out for, okay, when it comes to hyperactivity. Now, one of the things you will notice is that this child has difficulty sitting still. So let's say it's meal time and you notice the child will be moving around, like the child can just not sit still. Whether it is story time, whether it is learning, wherever it is. And mind you, they don't show these things just in one context or just in one type of environment. So when I say that, I mean like they are doing this in school, they are doing it at home, they are doing it at church, they are doing it at the playground, like wherever you take this child, you notice that they can't sit still. Now, another thing you notice is that this child keeps fidgeting with things. So if it is a toy, they'll be fidgeting with it. They'll be fidgeting with their pencils, they'll be chewing the back of their pencil, they'll be biting their fingernails, they'll be, if it's a toy, they'll be biting on it. Like they just keep fidgeting with everything. And sometimes this thing they're even fidgeting with, probably it is not something that is even relating to what they are doing. Let's say they are learning and they are supposed to focus on the book, and they'll just go and find something else. They just find it difficult to sit still. And then another thing you notice is that they talk excessively. So you are talking about something and then they'll just cut, or they are having a conversation with their friends and they just keep talking over their friends. They just keep talking to just cut what others are saying. These are some aspects or some signs to look out for. Now, some other signs you'd also notice is that this child finds it difficult to play quietly. Now, you're expecting the child to just sit and play by themselves, and it is near impossible. And you would also notice that this child, if required to sit quietly or to sit still, will be pacing, will be rocking, will be tapping the finger, will be tapping the foot. And the other thing you notice is that they tend to distract the people around them. They don't do it intentionally, but their impulses find it difficult for them to rest or to be seated at one place. And like I mentioned earlier, you notice that these behaviors are not just in one aspect, they do it in everything. So whether learning, whether playing, whether eating, bath time, whatever it is, you notice some of the signs I'm talking about. Now, in order to distinguish whether your child is having normal energy level or the energy or the hyperactivity is related to ADHD, these are some of the questions you should ask yourself. Now, has this behavior been going on for more than 6 months? Is it inappropriate for the child's age? Or is it interfering with their ability to learn? Or is it happening at multiple settings like I have mentioned earlier? Now, if you notice that your answer to all of these questions is yes, 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 it means you need to get a professional help. You need to go and see a doctor to help you in managing or regulating whatever it is that this child is going through. Now, mind you, ADHD, hyperactivity does not mean bad behavior. It doesn't mean the child is stubborn. It doesn't mean the child does not want to listen. Whatever they are going through is going on in the brain. I mentioned this in the earlier video. If you have not watched the first video, I would encourage you to do so you understand more what we are talking about, because ADHD is not a behavioral problem. Like the child did not pick this thing up. It is how the brain was functioned or how the brain developed. And so this is where we are going to bring today's discussion to an end. In the next episode, we are going to focus on the third aspect of the core behaviors that you're supposed to pay attention to, which is impulsivity. Now, when I'm done with all these things, we are going to talk about how to handle them, what to do, the way forward, how to support them. And so if you have not subscribed, please do, so that you don't miss out on all these things. Mind you, these things I'm talking about does not only affect children. Sometimes some adults actually go through. And so whatever you are learning today may not only be, to help your child or whoever you are with, but it would also help you to advise somebody that you may notice some of these things with. And so this is where we call it a day. Should I say that? Anyway, thank you all for watching up to this point. Don't forget to share, don't forget to like, and please let's get interactive in the comment section. Thank you. Lots of love from me to you all. Mwah!